Hello peeps, and welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Nightdagger, episode 28. I got a lot of stuff that I plan to do today, so we need to get started right away. This is actually probably going to carry over into the next episode, and maybe even the next one beyond that, because I have a frame quarry to build. That's right, it's time to actually get on with the frame quarry. Now, I've pretty much decided that I'm going to put the frame quarry in the same world as my other quarry, which is Villages 201. As you can see, I've got this quarry in here, and it's finished running, but yeah, I kind of want to do the frame quarry in this world as well. So, we need to get that set up. We need to get that set up. Pardon me in advance, I've got a little bit of a sniffle going on, and it's really, really cold here at the moment, so yeah. Anyway, off camera, I did go ahead and prepare a lot of brass, some red alloy, and some blue alloy. I also went ahead and prepared, in my Redpower chest, some blue dope wafers and some red dope wafers. We're also going to need this red alloy. And we're going to need ourselves some glass at some point during all of this. We shouldn't need the jetpack, so let's swap that out. Put the jetpack away. Let's go ahead and put our carbon plates away. Try and keep our inventory clean through this. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab our brass, our red alloy, and our blue alloy. And what else are we going to need? We're going to need to clean out this freaking table. Holy crap. Yeah, we need to clean out the table real quick, don't we? So let's pull all of this out of here. I'm going to need the iron bars. I'm going to need the iron, so I may as well leave that. I shouldn't need these slab strips. I will need the handsaw. I won't need the sand, but I will need some sticks. Let's go ahead and put the sand away. We'll put the slab strips up here. We'll put this stuff in our GregTech metals. The canvas we'll put in Redpower. Bricks. Jungle wood. We're actually going to need more wood than that, so let's go ahead and just grab ourselves half a stack of jungle wood. Hi, Pika. And let's make ourselves a bunch of sticks. Throw those up there, and just a whole bunch of sticks. Reason being, frames are made just like this. A whole bunch of sticks around a piece of brass. That gets you one support frame. We're going to need a lot of them. And see, that only got me 37 frames, which is nowhere near enough for our purposes. So let's go ahead and just grab another stack of jungle wood and just turn it straight into sticks. This should get me a good 8 stacks of sticks, which should get me about another stack of support frames before all said and done. There we go. That should be enough to start. We're also going to need some frame motors. Now, those are pretty expensive. A frame motor is one of those blue electric motors we made before. Some blue alloy, some iron, and some brass. So in order to do that, we need this blue electric motor, which requires these copper coils. We need 16 copper coils because we need 8 of these motors, which means we need a stack of this fine copper wire. Well, that means we need a stack of copper. We need to pull that copper through the draw plate. There we go. That gets us our copper wire. We're going to need quite a bit more of these iron bars. Let's see, we need, I think we're actually going to need a stack of those iron bars. We are. So, we'll grab 2 more of those. And we're going to need half stack of iron, or a quarter stack of iron. Iron bars, and fine copper wire. It's going to get us bunch of those copper coils. and some blue alloy and some iron. It's going to get us those blue electric motors. We need more iron. We need 8 of those. And then if we do brass, blue alloy, and blue electric motors with iron all around it, that's going to get us our frame motors. I only had enough iron on me for 7. I need to get some more iron. There we go. Eight frame motors. Looking good. And that will be enough to get us started. However, I do want to go ahead and make myself another one of those bat boxes. So let's get 4 bars of tin, 8 bars of copper, handful of nickelite, and if we put the copper and tin like that, and put nickelite all around it, that's going to get us our blue electric batteries, which, like this, and we need 1 piece of wooden plank. Type doesn't matter, so we'll grab some spruce. That's going to get us our battery box. And then we need one more thing in order to get this going. We are going to need some solar panels from RP2. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get myself a bunch of them. 12 to start. And this actually used up a surprising amount of nickelite. So if you're wondering why nickelite is so common in the world, that's why. It's, once you start actually using it for stuff, you burn through it quick. You remember how full my nickelite chest was? I've used about half of it, along with a lot of redstone. Alright, let's head into Villages 201. And let's go ahead and start building this thing. Well, the design that I'm going to use is actually going to be a 2-axis motor. Now, I'm going to base my design off of a popular design that was put on the internet a few months ago called a 6-axis motor, except for the fact that the 6-axis motor is kind of a misnomer. The way that they actually presented it was a 3-axis, because you have the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. So ours, we don't need to move up and down because we've got flat terrain here. So ours is only going to move on the x and the z-axis, which means it's a 2-axis motor, but it does need to be able to move in both directions. So let's go ahead and tear a little bit of this grass up, and let's start building our platform. Now I've decided I want to have the platform about 4 blocks in the air. So this is where we'll put our first support frame. We need the support frame to be 4 by 4. Just like that. We need to put our frame motors on top of this support frame so that the arrow is facing up, which means just like that. And then we need to adjust this. Hey, that's my shoe. Leave it alone. We need to adjust this so that the arrows are pointing like this. If you're standing on an arrow looking forward, the one directly to your right should be pointing to your right. Stand here, look forward, to the right, points right. Same, same. We're then going to do exactly the same thing on top of it. This points out, going that way. And just like that. We're now going to build this up, just like that. We're going to go ahead and put kind of a border on it, just like that. And that is actually going to do it for right at this moment, although actually I do want to tear out this corner, and I'm going to need another bat box. We're going to put a bat box here, And let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I might actually want to have multiple bat boxes for this. Not sure yet. Anyway, there are a few things that I need to get from home base first. So let's head back here, and let's take this red alloy that we have, and let's make ourselves some wire. But we already have red alloy wire. It's in my inventory. That's not the kind of wire we need. We actually need insulated wire. And for the insulated wire, we're going to need 4 different colors. I'm going to use the first 4 colors available: white, orange, magenta, and light blue. White wire is easy. You take 3 pieces of red alloy and surround it with white wool. Gets you 12 white insulated wire. It should be absolutely no surprise how to get the other colors. Pika, now is not the time. If we take some yellow dye and combine that with our wool, or orange dye rather, that's going to get us orange wool. And if we substitute orange wool in here for the recipe, it's going to get us orange insulated wire. Magenta dye is made using, I believe, red and, is it red and purple? Well, let's just find out. I don't need to know how to make it out of microblocks. There we go. 2 red, a sodalite dust, and a bone meal. So, actually, couldn't I use the purple? Isn't that one of the recipes? No, it was pink. There's got to be a purple recipe. There is, but not using this. Okay. Don't need the purple dye. Need another red. Need a piece of bone meal. Need a piece of sodalite. And we're actually going to need to make double of that. No, I don't want to use my lapis up. Let's use the sodalite. Another piece of bone meal. 2 more rose red. Rose red, sodalite, bone meal gets us 4 magenta dye, which if we take 6 of those and combine it with our wool, gets us our 6 magenta wool. And this will get us our magenta insulated wire. And then light blue's easy. Light blue is 1 piece of sodalite to 1 piece of bone meal to get 2 dye. So 6 light blue dye, 6 wool, gets us some light blue wool. Hello, come back here. And if we take the light blue wool and do the same thing, that gets us our light blue. Now I'm actually going to make myself quite a bit more of this white insulated. And I'm doing that for a reason. Because we need another type of cable as well, and this type of cable involves putting 5 insulated wire like that along with string in the corners. And this is going to get us bundled cable. 2 pieces of bundled cable for every 5. So we got 14 bundled cable. That's actually not going to be anywhere near enough. So let's grab ourselves a bunch of that. And we're only really going to need 2 pieces of that white, but I'm going to go ahead and hold on to 12. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need some more string. And that means I need to go harvest. Let's get my diamond sickle, go outside. We'll come up here to my farm, which for some reason has not grown back since the last time I harvested it. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's fine. If I find I'm needing more string than what I have available right now, I may just make a flux capacitor, not like I'm hurting for bone meal. Besides, that name's just fun to say, flax capacitor. Alright, back into here, where we'll throw all of the string into there, and we'll get ourselves a good amount of that bundled cable. That should be good. We'll throw our seeds up there, and that's right, I'm going to need at least one more bat box. The RP2 version of it, not the... Yeah, you know what I mean. And one plank. And... No, not yet. Up, up, up. Copper, tin, nickelite for BT batteries. BT batteries combined with wood, combined with iron, combined with blue alloy gets us battery box. And now we're ready to head back. Nope, we're not. I lied. We need one more thing. And this is going to involve this stone that I've been carrying around in my inventory. I'm going to take the stone, we're going to put it up here. This is going to get us 64 stone slabs. If we put them up there again, that's going to get us 2 stacks of stone panels. The stone panels are going to be very important in the near future. So let's head back to our world. Back over to here, and I'm just going to use the stone to get up here. And I'm actually going to put support frames along the outside. Now, I was going to have to do this anyway, so we're not wasting anything by doing it. There we go. And let's go ahead and give ourselves a walkway to get up. That'll do for now. We'll tear that apart when we're done. Using those stone panels, what we need to do is we need to panel like this. This is actually not required, I don't think, but we're also going to panel the outside walkway. And here we're going to panel there, there, and there. Continue along the outside walkway. There, there, there. And continuing on. As Peekaboo tries to eat my pants. Those are mine. You can't eat them. They're not tasty. They taste like khaki in retail. It's not nice. Alright, and then our wire we're going to put like this. We're not going to connect anything to these, and I will explain why in a little bit. Let's put that there. And then here we're going to use our orange wire. It doesn't matter that it's connecting to the battery, that's alright. Here we're going to use our magenta wire. And then here we're going to use our light blue wire. Off to one side here, and I think I'm going to take it off this way, we're going to put a platform back, just like this, and this is going to be the operator's platform. Just like that. And we are going to use covers in order to set this up, or panels, not covers. That's an important distinction with frames. Reason being, if you use a frame, if you use a panel on a frame, like I am, anything that is connected to that panel will be dragged along by the frame. If you use a cover on here, then anything that touches that cover will be ignored by the frame. So it is very important that you use panels for this step. The next step is to bring our bundled cable, knock that cow off of here, and we're going to run the bundled cable around the outside. The bundle cable is going to connect to our different colored wires, just like that. Now, what bundle cable does is it basically acts as all colors of insulated wire all at once. So, this cable that I'm running out here, which I'm not actually going to run, I'm going to run it over here. This cable that I'm running here is actually all of these colors in one. It's considered to be the white wire, the orange wire, the purple wire, and the blue wire. Which means I can come over here and connect these wires off the side like this, just like that. And now if I were to activate this white wire, this cable here would carry that white signal only to the other white wires on the line, and it would light those up. It would not light up the others. This gives us independent control over specific motors. Now, this thing isn't going anywhere yet because we don't have any power. That's why I have the solar panels. Let's head up. Need some stone. And I'll be breaking this stone out before all said and done. And let's go ahead and put our frames on top here. Actually, no, I don't want to put the frames on there, do I? Actually, yeah, I kind of do. What I really need is a third bat box, as much as I hate to say it. Because what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to put support frames like that, have a third bat box here. Although, yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. So let's go ahead and go back home momentarily and get ourselves a third bat box. Yes, I'm sure there are cleaner ways to do what I'm doing now, but bear in mind that I'm kind of modifying an existing design for my purposes. So I'm not following a blueprint or anything. This is kind of an evolving, fluctuating monster. Tin in the middle, copper on the sides, nickelite. Holy crap, how many? Why do I have so many BT batteries in here? Never mind. I'm not going to make any more. There we go. That gives us a third bat box. And while we're at it, let's take some batteries up to our assembly station. Let's charge those off of our existing bat boxes. This will allow us to drag a little bit of power with us. There we go. Full BT battery times 3. Back to Village Age, where we'll jump up on top of our monster and tear this down. And we'll jump up here. We'll put our third bat box right there. And now we're going to use panels to cover up all of these. Panels, not covers. There will come a time in the evolution of this thing where we are going to need covers, but for right now we're using panels. And then on here, I'm going to put $12 solar panels, just like that. Alright, let's come down here and let's extend this frame arm out just a little bit more. We're going to pull it all the way out to here. We're going to put our stone panels on here. Now let's walk around the side. We can tear these out now. We don't have to get back on top of it for anything right now. And let's go ahead and use the BT batteries that we brought along to get us an initial charge on this. Something that we can use to test this with. Alright. We're looking good. The blue lights on the frames here, the frame motors, mean that it has enough power to operate. Now, I didn't bring any levers with me. Of course not. Why would I bring a lever with me? Not like I need them or anything. Oh wait, I do. Just so happens I have 3 of them here. Like a 4th one just like that. Now we're going to go test this thing after we grab a bite to eat. If anyone's curious as to why I'm so obsessed with keeping my food bar full, it's because I've had too many experiences on survival island maps where I've run out of food and that's been the death of me. Because, I mean, if you're going to play a survival island map, the only way to play is hardcore, right? Yeah. Alright. Let's put our levers on here and let's test this thing. Now, this is not our finalized setup. This is eventually going to be controlled through a Redpower computer. Don't panic, I'm not going to be manually operating this thing all the time. This is just a proof of concept. Now, the way this thing works is when I hit the white lever, this frame motor here is going to push this frame motor out to here. Once this frame motor gets out to here, this wire is going to connect to it, give it a redstone signal, and this frame motor is going to say, hey, I need to push this thing that way. So the white, being on this side, will push the frame quarry 1 block in the direction towards that quarry when I hit this lever. In theory. In theory. Of course it's not working. Let's try the blue one. The blue one... Actually, why isn't it working? White... White... It connected. Okay, why is this not working now? You... Curious. This worked earlier. Being as frame quarries are such finicky designs, I actually did test this one off camera. And it worked then. Why does it not work now? That's definitely strange. Well, there's no getting around that. I'm going to have to break that off. And that. And that. Okay, why are you not operating? Maybe it didn't like the stuff that was in the way? Is the cable not powering itself properly? That's easy enough to test. No, don't want that. Want that. And then we connect that up like that. If I flip that, that should be on. Yeah, it is. So why is it not working? This should have absolutely nothing to do with anything, but... You know what? I wonder if it's because something is attached to this that it wasn't able to move. I don't know. I'm going to rip it down to the basics here. Try it that way. Break that panel out. No, we don't need that there. We do need this outer frame network, just like that. We don't need the inner frame network. We don't really need the solar panels on top, although we are going to have to come up with some solution to power it. Okay, break those out. Let's jump up here. Let's put this back into position. Let's grab all the panels before they despawn. Alright, so we should have plenty of power to move this thing. There we go. It just didn't like something in the way. Alright, so that leaves the problem of powering this. But let me move the blue one so you can see it in action. When I move the blue one, it's going to move in one direction. It's going to move one block in my direction. You're going to see this top one get pushed out by this frame, and then it's going to catch on this frame and it's going to pull itself back. Just like that. That's what we want to see. And we should have full 6-axis control. Well, no, not 6-axis, 2-axis. Yep, we have full control to move around just like that. Now I wonder... Now it worked. However, now I need to break this out. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Alright. After a bit of derpiness, we seem to have gotten it working. So, I wonder, maybe if it just didn't like the solar panels. So maybe... Well, I know these have to be here, but I think I could get away with putting solar panels on top of these. Now that's not much solar power for something this size, though. Let's try it the way I originally had it. Let's go ahead and put that battery box back on there. Put the frames back on there. Let's see if we still have control. No, it doesn't like that battery box. Or it doesn't like the frames on top of it. One of the two. Let's troubleshoot that. Chain of fail. We'll remove those. We'll try it again. That's what it didn't like. It doesn't like the frames on top of those frame motors. Oh, I know why. I know why. It's because if the frames are on top of those frame motors, when it tries to push this along, it wants to take that frame with it, I think. Which means that's not going to work. However, I should be able to do this. I don't know why it put blue alloy there instead of a panel. Now I should be able to just tag solars just like that, and that should give me enough passive charge to run the thing. I may eventually want to add some more solars to this, but with that, I should still be able to move this thing. Or not. Now it's not wanting to drag that. Oh, I hate frames sometimes. No. Ah. Alright, well. Alright, so I don't normally do this, but for the last couple of minutes of this episode, let's go ahead and log out of my live world and log into my test world to see what I did there to make this work properly. Because I could have sworn I had this set up almost exactly like I had the one in my test world and it was working just fine. Let's go ahead and flip that lever to reset this thing. Let's pick up all of this, and let's go ahead and save and quit out of this. And that is actually not going to work, because that crashes your Minecraft if you log out of a dimension. So let me go ahead and get loaded back into the world, and I'll be right back. Alright peeps, I'm back. I actually did go into my test world while I was processing the audio from that last segment, and I tried the design I had on there, which is exactly what I had here. And, well, oh, dang it. As it turns out, that design didn't work either. It did work right up until I put the frames on top of the thing. So, something with the frames on top of these frames is making this derp out. Which means we just won't use it. What we're going to use instead... Oops, nope, don't want to do that. I'm going to have a fuel platform off the back of this thing. Seems like the easiest solution. I know for a fact that I can drag a frame along with this thing. I just can't have anything on top of it, apparently. So I'm going to put a platform off the back here, just like this. We'll put our covers on this, or our panels, so that our solars will stick to it. We're going to get these 12 solar panels, and we're just going to lay them out like this. And that will allow us to charge this beast while still maintaining the ability to move it. We'll check all 4 directions just to be sure. Okay, and we are good. So, this design works. Looks a little weird, but it gets the job done. We got plenty of power in this thing at the moment. The design is fully functional on 2 axes. So, that is part 1 of our frame quarry done. I'm going to call this here. When I come back with part 2, we will do the digging head of the quarry. And then probably part 3 we'll do the computer setup and the programming for the quarry. And that should be episode 30 for us right there. So that should get us a fully functional frame quarry just about in time for a world download, shouldn't it? Anyway, this has been Nightdagger with Let's Play Modded Minecraft. I hope you guys enjoyed the series so far and are looking forward to the next episode, because it should be pretty interesting seeing this thing running. I'll catch you guys later.